Yeah, I was just looking. It looks like I've had about 14 events through utilizing the Vibo app so far. So it's been cool, man. So from the beginning, I think I've told you before when I first was introduced to the app, it seemed like an interesting idea and could be a good tool. It seemed to me it's like, wow, that's kind of expensive, but I tried it out anyway because it seemed so intriguing. It was different. It was something different than everything else that's out there, and a tool that might be able to help me. So I figured, why not try? And man, it's been cool to have that tool in my box. For one thing, just in dealing with customers, clients, when I'm pitching to them, especially for weddings, I do a lot of weddings, and I can offer them this, and I can explain, everything to them, how it works. It's easy. They get the app, both the bride and groom. They can send it, to their friends and family if they want, also to help chime in and add songs or vote for songs for certain sections, like the open dancing for receptions and stuff like that. But just to be able to tell them about the app, the social aspect of it, and how good it is, how easy it is to planning. When you got the app on your phone, they could be at work, go on a lunch break, they can pull it up and work on it, and it's fun. It makes it fun.
How's the feed? How do you get the feedback when you the second time you talk to them after they've been using it?
Oh yeah, most of them say I love the app. If they say anything about it, it's always, yeah, this app is awesome. Because it's so easy and it's so cool. It makes it fun and exciting for them in planning. In planning their wedding and reception and stuff. So it's really neat. And yeah, I mean, since I've started, like I said, I think I've done like 14 events, mostly weddings, and for those who don't, because here is where I'm at. I'm here in the Dallas Fort Worth region in Texas, and a lot of people, weddings are different here. Some will have a coordinator and a planner, and some don't. So it works great in both cases. But especially if there's not a planner or coordinator, you know, this app, by them, they tell me what elements they're going to have for the ceremony and for the reception. I build their template based on that. And for all of the, once they line out all of these different things they're going to have during the reception, there's a lot of traditional things here, and then some new things that are kind of current that a lot of people do. Once they line all that out, and they start picking the songs, and the fact that you can put a time by each one, you can put notes on each element. It's just so handy, and it can become, once they're done selecting everything and I convert it to a PDF, print it out, boom, that's the timeline. So that's awesome right there. So that's a big help. And, most of the time I'm at events, and, the photographer will come up, do you have a timeline or something? And yeah, actually, this is it, right? This is basically it. It's got all the music info on it, but it's what they need to know as far as what time we're doing, which elements and all that. So it's really cool,
Do
man.
you feel like like, do you remember what it was working with clients before, and do you feel like there's a difference in shift after, in terms of the biggest thing I'm trying to convey here, um, is has it helped even 5% grow your business, or do you feel like it made some kind of change? Um, because if you're going to pay for a service, you
Yep.
want to know that it is bringing in more value than what you're paying for. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm looking for in the testimonials that I'm kind of talking to people that have been touching it and using it in the real world.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the value is a lot in that it's another selling point, for my service. It's something I offer them. I tell them I have an app that, for you to use, and it's free for you to use. I make that clear because I'm paying for it. So it's something that they're getting when they go with me for free, versus maybe if they go with another DJ who doesn't plan that way and doesn't have that option and that fun way to make their music plan, and then essentially a timeline. So that's a big part of it, as far as adding value. And so yeah, I mean, I use it in my sales talks, when I'm talking to prospective clients. Definitely explain it to them and how it works, how it's going to save them and me time and make everything really more coordinated. And, it's down when we're done. It's a PDF. It's a timeline. We are both on the same page. We know what we're doing. We have the plan. The other thing is, for me, as far as adding value and why, and partly why I don't mind paying for it every month, is the fact that once they choose their songs, I've already scanned all of my music database with your scan tool. And then when I go in their different sections, especially the bigger ones, open dance, and maybe they pick 50 songs or 70 songs. Not even that we're going to play all of them, but, and they can select their must plays and all that. But when I go into a big section like that and I do the locate files, and it scans my database and it finds all the songs that I have in my library, tells me which ones I don't have, so I need to go get them if they're a must play, or if I really want to have them for the event.
You want to say anything more for the recording before we end this, so it's not like too long for people listening?
Yeah. So what I was getting at is, when I'm able to scan those, all of my files from the database, it scans my music database wherever I tell it that it is, locates the files. I go through and double check them, because it may give me some different matches, and pick the ones I want. And then just like that, I create from that, being able to create that playlist. And, I open Serato and just point it right to that, or drag it to where I want it, and boom, all my crates are there. That is a huge time saver, because, I started out just, 2.5 years ago. And, I was learning as I was going, because my background was in live audio. So DJing wasn't my first thing, and I didn't have like a bunch of mentors and stuff. I just kind of was learning as I went along. But Serato, and, I would build Excel spreadsheets for my music plan. And then I'd have to go and search each song, drag it into the crate, There's so much time saving by using the app.
How long do you think you'd spend per event? Now, you work as an IT man at a big company in Texas, and you don't have a lot of time.
No, yeah. So I still have a day job.
Busy man.
I still have the day job, a long commute into downtown Dallas right now. So that's why it's so great for me, and my, and I'm sure any DJ, anybody is crunched for time these days. Everybody's busy with even people who are full-time DJs, they got a lot of stuff going on. And so anything they can do to save time, definitely worth spending a little money, because time is something that we can't control. But if you could spend a little bit of your money to gain back some time or save time, it definitely works.
How much time do you think it's saving per event today?
Well, if you look at some of the weddings, like a couple of them that I had problems with the scanner, was like 90 something songs in one section, and it's fixed now, which is awesome. So you guys took care of that.
Is it working?
Yeah. Today I was like, because your tech guy wanted to see, he said, take a video of when it's not working so I can see what it looks like. And I'm filming with my phone, and I'm clicking on the computer, and it worked. And I was like, oh, well, stop that recording. It's working.
Lucky we didn't do the testimonial yesterday.
So that was cool. So, but the time that I saved, man, it could be an hour or 2 hours, per event, that I'm sit there and search for songs. And it could be more than that. If there was truly like 90 songs and I was really trying to get every one of those songs, that's a lot of time searching my database, drag the song in, drag the song in. If I don't have the song, make a note and go get the song. Yeah. So
have you got any reviews about the app yet, like spontaneously, or is that something or is it kind of like feels natural and they don't even talk about it?
Well, typically after I do an event, and especially weddings, about a week later, I'll send an email and ask for them to give me a review. Most of them will, but some of them don't. I don't think any of them have specifically mentioned the app yet in those reviews, but like I said, just in texting them and emails back and forth when I'm dealing with the clients, they do mention it a lot of times, because they're like, they don't have a clue, you know, that this is even a possibility or an option. And when you show it to them and it's so simple, they just download the app, free app, they get in there and their template's all set up and they're probably like, wow. And they just start searching in there, you know, they're like, this app is awesome, has been awesome. So
what were you doing before? I mean, how were you doing that before? You were sending out pages?
yeah, I would show them my Excel spreadsheet when I would meet with them. I'd say, this is how I build it. You know, I had my, what I had developed was a Excel spreadsheet with several different tabs for all the different sections and the different elements that they might have during a ceremony and a reception. And I would show that in the sales thing. And then I would just tell them, send me the songs, however you want. You can text me, email me, or some of them would just have me send them a blank, one of those Excel spreadsheets, and they would fill it in. So whenever, whether they built it or I built it, and end up with the big Excel spreadsheet workbook with several tabs, and I would go through one song at a time, make sure I got the song, put it in the crate. And that was my process. So